Doomsday for the Bitcoin. At least that's what analysts are saying here and there. But then it is good for us to look at the market for ourselves and see what exactly is happening. It's a pleasure having you guys here again, Tolu of CSA Forex, Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. And we are going to be looking at the Bitcoin, what has developed of recent, and of course, what we should be expecting as well. Now, quickly jumping into the monthly time frame, and of course, from the 64K double top here, we had this massive drop since last year, and it has been dropping. This is more or less a vertical move down. And if you know me by now, I always say, do not fight the trend, do not go against a V-shaped move because it shows strength in that particular direction, right? It shows strength in that particular direction. So with that said, now we can see that the Bitcoin is presently at the 18K or 18,500 area of support. It has been struggling there for a while. This was the resistance which should turn to support now. But it has been struggling here for a while. This is the monthly time frame, don't forget. So we always need to ensure that we wait for the candle to close. So far so good. Now we are seeing the market push further down. Let's switch over to the weekly time frame. We're seeing the market push further down based on what we have over here, right? But I always tell you guys that, look, candle close is very, very important because this one we might as well have a massive pin bar. Who knows? Who knows? We might have a massive pin bar, or we might have a massive bullish engulfing here that pushes the Bitcoin back to the 30K area of interest. And I know the buy and hold traders will be smiling at that analysis. But don't forget, there are always two sides to a coin. That could as well happen. And then, of course, the other instance of it breaking down this 18,500 area of support could happen, and then it could retest and then act as resistance and drop further down to the 10K area, as you can see here on the chart, right? So as there are two sides to the coin, it's always good for us to look at what the buyers are thinking of and also what the sellers are thinking of. But one thing I would always say is that the trend is your friend, and we can see clearly that the Bitcoin has been nosediving, has been tanking, has been plummeting, has been, I don't know which other English word to use, but if you look at it very well, you will see for yourself. Everything indeed is on the chart. So as the trend is your friend, you should be looking forward to sell opportunities in the market. And that's why from this time frame, I would have loved it to get to 30K. But of course, that doesn't seem to be the case for now. Let's cross over to the daily time frame and let's see what we can make out of that. From the daily time frame, you can also see the wave down. You can see how it has been dropping down up to here. And of course, a few days ago or rather a few weeks ago, from July period to August, we had this pattern here showing the bearish wedge on the daily, which was signifying a continuation. But then at the same time, we had this little pockets of support that we're expecting that this is where the buyer, sorry, my hand is not too straight, but you can see the levels are marking out here, right? So this was some little pocket that we're expecting that if the buyers were going to come in, this is where we're going to come in and then try to take it back up. But now we can see we're back to the lows of this year, 18,500. And trust me, the sellers are totally in control. I repeat, the sellers are totally in control. So it is best to look for opportunities to sell. Now, as you would want to be a seller following the trend is your friend once again. Now, I would advise we cross over to the 4 hours time frame and see what we can make out of this, right? When we were here around the 20, I was expecting the market to push higher to this point here for us to get our shots here. And if you look to the left-hand side, you can see support, and then some forms of resistance over here, resistance here, and then resistance here and all, right? But that was not the case. But now let's see if we can push back to this 20K, as it seems to be sitting on this 18,500 area of support. So let's see whether the buyers are strong enough and then they push it back to here, where we look for selling opportunities. Don't forget, as a trend trader, it is for you to follow the trend. So let's see whether we can get this. Do not try to be a hero as well. You wait, patiently wait for price to do its thing, and then watch the reaction at this area of resistance. And if possible, you have good, strong trigger that helps you to make that decision to enter on short. This is the 4 hours time frame. And when you look at the hourly time frame, it is also saying the same thing. This is the same story that we have here. This is the freshest area of resistance, which is yet to be tested. So this will be a good one. We'll also jump in, but then don't forget, we also had this one as a fresh area of resistance, which was not tested, and I showed you that as well from the 4 hours time frame perspective, right? So let's see if this will be tested. If it is tested, then yes, of course, this is the area to look out for in order to jump in and then to follow the trend, to ride the wave, to go in the same direction with the prevailing market. And of course, the trend is your friend. Price action is what it is all about. Now I'm going to call it a day here. I'm going to stop this video here, and I hope that this video was helpful for the crypto traders. When I say crypto traders, you'll notice that most of them tend to follow in the same direction. Look at what's happening in the Ethereum too. After Bitcoin, look at the Ethereum. Ethereum too is also following suit and is also tanking. But then Bitcoin for me is number one, and is what I normally look at. And then for any other instrument that you feel you want me to look at and then do a quick analysis for you, sure, no problem. Comment in the section below. Let me know what the instrument is, and I'll do something for you. Whether it's a crypto, or it's an index, or it's a commodity or currency pair, or whatever the case might be, I'll definitely do that for you, and then see how we can help you out further. So if this video was helpful, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you same time next time. Thank you guys. Goodbye and God bless. Cheers.